Thanks for clicking on this video. My name's Darren and this is Electro Savvy, where I talk about electricity, tools, and tech. Today, I'm going to take you with me on a job. I have a wall sconce light, a GFCI receptacle, and a single pole switch to update this bathroom. Alright, so let's stop wasting time and let's get to work. Okay, on a job like this, the most important thing to do is identify what the problem actually is and identify the wires in the box, what they are and what they go to. Let's see, let's turn this on. Alright, so it is showing an open neutral. Open neutral. I'm going to go turn off the breaker right quick. Alright, it is dead. Reading 0. Alright guys, so we finally made it to this bathroom and I'm looking at the outlet and switch, and she told me that this outlet has never worked. Well, I've just plugged a cube tester into it and it's showing an open neutral. So what I'm thinking is somebody either hooked it the wrong way, or when they were pushing it in the box, the neutral came off. I don't know yet. I haven't opened it up yet, but we're gonna find out what the problem is. But it looks like we got a wall sconce that needs to be done, and she just wants a whole new switch, cover, and GFCI. So we're gonna change the view, get you a little closer, and start on this project. All right. I already see the problem. The neutral right here. So this would have worked. Alright, so I went and got me my good Klein gloves. I love these. Keeps your hands from getting cut up and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get this switch out too. Alright, so what we got here is, it looks like they have the power hooked up on the top terminal on the single pole switch. I see that there is a wire nut in the box with a single pigtail. That's probably for the individual lights that's being run. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the top wire, he has like a series loop going over to the outlet. If it's wired any other way, then that switch would have had to been on in the on position just to turn the outlet on, and I doubt they wired it that way. So I'm going to finish taking the switch out of the wall, and we're going to clean up this box. Also noticed there was only one ground. The outlet was ground and the switch was not. I'm taking my phone out just to grab a couple of pictures and a small video. I kind of jumped the gun on the grounds, but I made 2 pigtails. One ground for the switch and one ground for the receptacle. So after the grounds are twisted tight with the wire nut, I just push them into the box and fold the pigtails out of my way. Alright, for the grounds, I'm going to make 1 hook for the switch pigtail on the ground. The GFCI is going to just stay straight because that's how the receptacle is designed. In my hand, I have 2 pieces of 12 gauge wire. They're black, and I'm making pigtails for both of the heights. That's going to the GFCI and one for the switch. I've made 2 pigtails out of 12 gauge wire, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this switch. And the screws look horrible. Almost to the point of just being stripped out. So the wire that I just moved is the hot. What's under the wire nut is the lights. So I'm going to remove the wire from the terminal on the switch, and that would free up all the devices. And then we're going to clean up and make up this box correctly. Okay, here I'm taking the hot wire, stripping it back. Then I'm going to take my 12 gauge wire that I made earlier into pigtails. I'm going to even them up, then take my pliers and twist them nice and tight where I'll have a good twist on the wires. And you can see I'm supporting the wires behind where they don't walk away from me. Then I'm going to clip it off and install a wire nut. Tighten this down real snug, and now we got both of our pigtails. Okay, I'm going to start with the GFI. I'm going to slip the ground underneath the ground terminal, tighten it down. Then I'm going to grab the neutral and I'm going to slip it underneath the silver terminal, which is the neutral side. I'm going to flip the outlet, strip out the hot wire, and then slip this wire underneath the brass terminal on the line side of the GFCI. Remember to always put the power on the line side. So I'm just folding the wires and getting it shaped to go in. I'm gonna tighten the ground lug on the single pole switch, and then I'm gonna start with the hot wire, and I'm gonna slip it underneath the lug on the single pole switch, and then the light tail. After both of the terminals are tightened down, I'm gonna shape the wires, and then I'm going to use my screw gun to fasten them to the wall. So I'm lining up and tightening these devices to the wall, making sure they're straight. Then I'm going to take the cover, trim cover, and fasten that to the wall. But make sure you line it up and make sure it's nice and square. Once you know it's square, you can install the screws. Alright, so I'm gonna turn my point tester on. I'm gonna go turn the breaker on right quick. Honestly, I don't know how this panel got so filthy. It's almost like someone opened up the door and splashed a cup of coffee inside and then shut it. Okay, so that sound you just heard was the GFCI tripping. When you turn the circuit on with a cube tester in like this, sometimes it senses the cube tester and it trips. Alright, so we got a perfect 123. So everything's fine. So now let's test out this GFI. Alright, so when you push this test button, it will trip the GFI. This is the reset, and this is test. But you can also do that from a voltage tester like that, where it says test at. See, it's correct, it's wired correct. It's telling you that. Before I had an open neutral, but this test button, when you push it, it's going to trip that GFCI. See that? Alright, so let's and another thing, there's a little green LED light on most GFCIs, and you can always tell when they're on that way. But let's go in there. It's correct. Test button. Alrighty. Everything's working. So now we're going to jump on this wall sconce and hang this light, and that will finish up this job. Okay, right here I'm just installing the GFCI sticker, which the inspectors want us to install on any receptacle that is GFCI protected. So this is code, and this is just telling whoever comes to this outlet that it is GFCI protected. Okay, right here I'm going to power through this light. As far as the wires go, it's color to color. Black goes to black, white goes to white, and bare ground goes to green. After the wire nuts are installed, I'll shove it neatly into the box. They use 1032s on this light fixture, and I'm just going to go ahead and go back with that. The boxes were nailed up nice and level, lined up with the holes, and it'll make for a nice tight fit. Here I am taking my screw gun, tightening the light fixture onto the wall. Next, I'm going to grab a light bulb and install the light bulb into the fixture. And then I'm going to undo the little set screws for the globe. I'm going to install the globe. After that, I'm going to look over the fixture, make sure it's nice and level. And then I'm going to turn on the light, and that's it. Alright, y'all, I really appreciate it if you watched the whole video and you're still with me at this point. Thanks for coming with me on this little project. It went smooth. There was a couple little hiccups, but we upgraded it. Looks a lot better, and it works correctly. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed yet. I upload each week. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers soon, and I would really appreciate it if you'd help me get there. Alright, well, my name's Darren, this is Electro Savvy, and I'll see you in the next video.